What's up, YouTube? For today's video, we've been full Buizel evolution team. So we've got Buizel and we've got Floatzel, so only 2 Pokemon to work with today. So I'll be doing the normals and the shinies to make up a team of 4, and it's still going to be pretty difficult. We got the abilities Swift Swim and Water Veil, so some pretty good abilities. I'll be able to use both those pretty easily. If you do want to check me out on Twitch, people, that's where I do all my theme teams, Pokemon sweeps, shiny hunts, all forms of salty entertainment. I've literally just got out of bed, sat down, and popped the G Fuel and got into this narration. So, it's going to be amazing. First battle here, this was against Samus, and we got a Spiritomb, and he was in a Love Ball. Now, today's video is probably going to get uploaded a little bit later than it normally would, so yeah, I had a little bit of a sleep in, actually, but it's all good. Best time management ever. So we got our Spiritomb here versus my Buizel. Now, this set is a Rain Dance, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, and Mud Slap set. I've got the EV spread as max health and max special attack. What I'm going to be doing here is relying on Swift Swim to double my speed, and then I'll be hitting really hard with a Hydro Pump. That's the idea anyway. So setting up the Rain Dance there, the Spiritomb is going to be setting up a nasty plot, which is going to be very, very nasty. Now, this team really struggled with damage output. Like, they weren't the most hard-hitting Pokemon in the world. Now, the Spiritomb's going to dodge my Hydro Pump and hit me with a dank Pulse, and I lived on 1 health, then I remembered I had a Focus Sash, right? So that's good. Now I'm going to go for Hydro Pump again, and this time I fire it out of my butt, and it lands on the Spiritomb. I was like, man, that's actually really good. And the Spiritomb went for another nasty plot. So they're playing it really quite greedy there with the boost, because obviously they thought I'd probably miss Hydro Pump again, but the funny thing is I missed the first one and landed both the second ones afterwards, so that's going to be the end of Spiritomb, which is really good, because I think that would have ended up sweeping my entire team. Oh, also, I've got 4 battles today in this video, so I hope you enjoyed that, and of course, if you enjoy the videos, people, that like button's not going to hit itself, and drop a comment there if you enjoy the videos. So we got a Porygon 2 sliding in here. I've got Mud Slap or Hydro Pump. I thought, you know what, there's no way I can beat Porygon 2 in one shot, even with a critical hit. I don't know, I think it'd be like, even if a crit wouldn't take it out. So I went for Mud Slap. I was like, let's see if I get like a load of Mud Slaps off here. And, you know, it missed. It worked on Thunderbolt. Like, it's unbelievable, right? So we got the Porygon actually having the leftovers as the item. And now I'm in a position where I could actually keep going for Mud Slap or set the Rain Dance up again. Or I could just get, you know, unlucky and, next attacking move hit against me. However, we got the Porygon 2 swapping out, and we got the Arceus swapping in here. I actually did an Arceus team yesterday. That was a really fun team, and if you did see the Arceus, the video, man, that thumbnail, putting all those little Arceus in there, took me like a fucking hour to do. So anyway, I think this is the bug Arceus, the Buggius or the Gracius. One of the two. They look very, actually, let me have a look at that Arceus again. I'm pretty sure. I think that's the bug one. I could be wrong. It's either the bug or the grass. I can't remember. Like, you'd think I'd be able to remember just doing that, but that's how it goes. So I get a Freeze Axe on the Arceus, which is crazy. That was super effective damage too, so it's the grass one. And now what I can do is I can try and just beat the Arceus by firing multiple Ice Beams in a row out my butt at it. So it's about a 4-hit KO, maybe a 3-hit on a good day, and it's going to be frozen, like continuing. It's trying to let it go. So I can keep going for Ice Beams over and over again and hopefully take Arceus out, and I managed to take it out in 3 hits. So this Buizel is sweeping. I've actually done a, trying to think. If I've done a Buizel, I've done a Floatzel sweep, but man, that was a long time ago. In fact, like, I haven't done many videos solely based around Buizel or Floatzel at all, apart from my Floatzel sweep back in Gen 5, which is a very old video. So I may have to look at that, but I guess it's good that I'm doing another video based on Buizel and Floatzel, right? Like to have some more of them out there. So firing off a Hydro Pump at the Arbok, I was a little bit, I was sort of like, nah, I probably won't take it out, and I didn't. But it was a very good chunk amount of damage on the Arbok there. It's going to take me out with the Giga Drain. So bye-bye Buizel, but a pretty good effort there. So take out a Spiritomb and an Arceus, right? That's absolutely crazy. So my next Pokemon I'm going to be swapping here. I was thinking, well, I can probably bring in my Buizel number 2, right? Because that's going to be, you know, pretty good. I've got a Choice Band to set here, and I've got Aqua Jet, Waterfall, Iron Tail, and Dig. So the EV spread is max attack and max speed, Adam and Nature. I've got the ability Water Veil, Now, Water Veil's really good if you get, say, someone using Will-O-Wisp against you, right? It's going to fail, and you're not going to burn, and it's not going to affect you being a physical attacker, right? The item is Choice Band, too, if I didn't already mention that. So, Arbok somehow lives the Aqua Jet, but I managed to get a second Aqua Jet off. However, we got the Arbok swapping out, and we got the Porygon 2 swapping in. So, they really didn't want to lose their Arbok, I guess you could say. Sort of surprised that Arbok actually lived there, but I guess this is like the low base power of like Buizel and combination of that and Aqua Jet space power, right? So there we go. That actually did almost about, I'm pretty sure they did almost about the same to the Arbok there. That's interesting. So Porygon 2 is going to be able to take me out with Thunderbolt, right? I know that. If I swap out here, my next Pokemon's probably going to hit by a Thunderbolt. It's like, I'm just going to keep it in and get as much damage with the Aqua Jet as like possible, right? And then swap in my Floatzel and see what I can actually do here, right? So that's going to be the end of Buizel. I got Critter there. We all know that one mattered. And now I'm going to be swapping in my Floatzel. It's going to get some leftovers recovery there too. I'm very, very glad that this doesn't have Everlight or anything like that, because that would have been like even more of a nightmare. So going into Floatzel, this one is my Choice Spec set. I got Blizzard, Hydro Pump, Focus Mist, and Switcheroo. This is based around just hitting really hard on the special side. It doesn't really hit that hard though, because the special attack is kind of bad. I've got max speed, timid nature, and max special attack. Switcheroo is quite good for shutting down stalling Pokemon as well, but in this case, Porygon 2 had a super effective move against my whole team, so I couldn't hold back. I had to go for the Focus Miss. So that's going to take the Porygon 2 out, obviously, and the next Pokemon's going to be Arbok. So like, well, I'm locked into Focus Blast here. I could go for it, but maybe this thing's got like a setup move. If I miss, I might get swept here. So I decided to swap it back. I was like, well, I can always swap it in and go for Hydro Pump afterwards if things go bad. And I'll go into my physical Floatzel. Now, this set is actually quite... this is probably the best set on my team. Now, Arbok's going to go for a Giga Drain there, so it's obviously a fully special set. It doesn't really do too much damage. It's a 3-hit KO. Now, this Floatzel is an Aqua Jet, Waterfall... Wait, no, this is a Bulk Up, Aqua Tail, Ice Fang, Giga Impact set. So it's got max speed and max attack, and I've got Jolly Nature, a Water Veil as the ability, and Wide Lens as the item. I'm just going to finish it off right there with Aqua Tail, and that, my friends, is the very first battle. So that was a pretty neat battle. I guess my highlight out of that one was Buizel taking out Spiritomb and Arceus, like freezing the Arceus, the Gracias. Next Pokemon is going to be Machop. Now, people will probably like roast me for saying, my Ice Beam said super effective, and I was wondering what the Arceus type was. But, you know, I redeemed myself because I figured it out, right? So you can't roast me too hard. Okay, next battle. This is Rock Slayer. It's a Machop. So I was like, well, let's set up the Rain Dance here. That'll help me out, right? So setting that Rain Dance up. Now, I've got the Focus Sash anyway, so I'm not worried if Machop puts me on 1 health, but I want to see what actual move it's going to be using to put me on 1 health, and it's going to go for Revenge. So Revenge is not going to put me on 1 health. Still, it's a 2-hit KO, so same sort of result, right? I can go for Hydro Pump here. And I was like, well, I think the Hydro Pump will be the only move that can take the Machop out. Ice Beam won't be powerful off. So go for that Hydro Pump, firing out of my butt again, and Machop has got a Focus Sash. For a second, I didn't even think it had one, but you could just see the tiny little sliver of health. Here comes Revenge, and that's going to be the end of Buizel. Revenge is not a move you really get to see very often. So I've got my second Buizel out. I've got the Aqua Jet takeout, or I've even got Waterfall. You know, this one has got Water Veil as its ability, but I thought, well, I could go for Aqua Jet here. That'd be nice, but, you know, it's still got okay speed. So let's go ahead and go for, you know, Waterfall. The reason I ran the Water Veil on this was because it's a physical set, right? So that's the end of Machop. Otherwise, it would have been good for Swift Swim. Next Pokemon is going to be Pearl Starter, and that is going to be the Monferno. So I was like, well, I can go for Waterfall here. That'll do a lot of damage. It's going to go for a Grasston as a special set, and that's going to be the end of my Buizel. I was like, damn, that thing just dropped me. So bye-bye Buizel. Bye-bye Buizel. B. So I'm going to go into Floatzel here, right? Now, Floatzel is going to be the special set. I've got Hydro Pump here, and that's going to easily... Wait, no, this is the physical set. This is the Aqua Tail one. My bad. I can go for the Aqua Tail here and take it out. It lands, which is really good there. That wide lens is quite helpful. And Pearl Starter, well, it's not going to be the starter anymore, is it? It's going to go in the Nuzlocke box. Now, the next Pokemon to come out here, it stopped raining, by the way, is going to be the Kadabra. Now, Kadabra isn't very bulky at all, so I thought, well... I mean, Aquatel is gonna one-shot this unless it's got like a focus sash or something. Like even that, how will it take me out in one shot? And I just dropped it. So bye-bye Kadabra. So there's I think there's only one more Pokemon left. Diamond Mane. And this is Scyther. Yeah, this is where things start to go bad. So I swapped out the Floatzel here, and I went into my special Floatzel because this one's got the Blizzard with Choice Specs. Now, the Scyther's going to go for a wing attack, and that does a lot of damage there. I was like, man, it might have, like, quick attack to take me out here. Wait, no, it's a 4 versus 5, my bad. So I went for Blizzard, and it missed. I was like, man, that really, really sucks. And now it's going to take me out with a Disrespect Rock Smash. That was very, very mean. But it's still, I guess it's still reasonably powerful on Scyther because it's got Technician right. Next Pokemon's going to be my Floatzel. I know that I can take this in the last Pokemon out, but what I got to do to achieve that, I've got to go for a Bulk Up, and then I can go for an Ice Fang. Since there's no Everlight in the game, Scyther's not going to be as bulky as it would be. So setting up that Bulk Up there, I know that Wing Attack will probably only do around half health now. And I've got an attack and a defense raise. Here comes a wing attack, and it crits me, and that's the end of the game. Oh, that was really, really unfortunate because I reckon I could have beaten the last 2 Pokemon, including Scyther. Thank you, peeps, a lot for the battle. Let's get on to battle number 3. This one is against Skyler, and we got one more battle after this as well. All the battles I had with this team were kind of fast, so that's why there's so many battles in today's video, which is cool. Get to see lots of different matchups. First Pokemon is going to be Survivor. Good to see Survivor. I've got Rain Dance. I was thinking, well, I might be able to cheese this with Mud Slap. Let's see how we can get this one going, right? So go for the Mud Slap here on Survivor. Does some amazing damage, and we're going to drop Survivors, actually. Now, the bad thing about this was, right after I did Mud Slap, the Survivor went for a Coil. I was like, oh, so I kind of get a hard counter this, so there's not a lot I can do with Mud Slap. I mean, I could go for a Rain Dance and then go for Hydro Pump. That's probably all I can really do at this point because this is going to get us actually back. I could go for a Freeze Axe too, but it's probably going to have Shed Skin, so I've just got to go for as much damage as possible. But before I'm going to do that, I'm going to set the Rain up because that'll benefit my Switch Sim Pokemon, which is going to be my special one. And my Choice Band, my Choice Band one and the Wide Lens one, they're Water Ball. So I've got 2 of each, if you haven't noticed already. So I got the Swift Swim on this one, and I've got the Swift Swim on my Floatzel with the Choice Spec. So I kind of just halved the abilities because there's only 2 of them, so it's really easy. Sometimes you got to do, when there's 4 abilities, you got to go sometimes they even have to do doubles, which is really fun. So we got a Poison Fang coming from the Survivor there. Obviously, Buizel's going to faint to that, but good damage on the Survivor. I was happy with that. It's got the Black Sludge as the item too, so it's a bulky set. Very, very bulky. Next Pokemon to come in is going to be my Buizel. So I was like, well, I can go for a Waterfall here. And it'll do some pretty good damage. I mean, will it take it out? Maybe not. Then I was like, wait, maybe I should go for the Dig. That'd be pretty funny. The only bad thing about Dig, it is a 2-turn move, so Survivor probably could swap out there. So I was like, you know what? I got a Choice Band and Waterfall. Let's go for it, right? Now, I'm not really sure if that crit actually mattered there. I mean, it would have done a lot of damage, but maybe Survivor could have lived on a little bit of health. I'm not really sure of the EV spread there. If it was more defensive, then absolutely not. So in comes Parasect. This thing is going to wall me hard if it's got Dry Skin. So I went into my Floatzel, my special one, right? And Parasect is going to go for an Energy Volt. It's a special Parasect. And yeah, that's the end of Floatzel. This is actually a really, really good counter on my team. So I could have lost my Buizel or my Floatzel there. I probably should have just kept in my Buizel, but it's fine. I'm going to go into my Choice Band of Buizel again, and let's see what we can do. I've got Iron Tail here. That's going to be pretty good. That's my only move I can use. So I went for Iron Tail. It landed, which was great. And the good thing about it is I did it around half health, and I got a defense drop too. So that's going to set up my next Pokemon that is a physical attacker too. So that pretty much worked out. Well, it worked out the best it could because, Parasect was sweeping my team at the moment. Last Pokemon I've got here is going to be my Floatzel, and this is my Bulk Up set, which you've seen, the last 2 battles. And the last time I battled this, I got critted after I used the Bulk Up. Now, I didn't really want a chance. I was thinking, is this thing going to take me out the Energy Bolt? Yeah, I think it is. So I couldn't really chance going for Bulk Up, so I just went for Ice Fang with that -1 in defense, and it was enough to take out the Parasect, which is really, really good. Now, we got a Survivor and a Parasect down. The next Pokemon is going to be Garchomp. I was like, oh, Well, I've got Ice Fang. That'll do. And this could be a theme team as well. It was something based around abilities. It's called Rough Skin. So I think it might be something based around that. So I've got Bulk up here. I thought, well, Garchomp, I'm not sure if it's going to what sort of set this is going to be. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go for Ice Fang. It's 4 times. And now Garchomp's going to go for Endure. I was like, oh, I know what this set's going to be. So the Garchomp is going to obviously have Rough Skin, right? It didn't even take it down to 1 health. And it's got Rough Skin, and on top of that, it's also got I think it's got, no, it doesn't have Rocky Helmet. Rocky Helmet's not in the game. It's got a Jabocca Berry. It's like, so making up for the Rocky Helmet not being in the game, it's got the Jabocca Berry. So very, very nice there. I mean, I could go for any attacking move. I was like, well, I'll just go for any attacking move and take it out. I went for Aqua Tail, and that's the end of Garchomp. I probably could have gone for a Bulk up there, but I didn't really know if it had any attacking moves or not, or was just based around trolling with Endure. So bye-bye Garchomp. Now, the next Pokemon I've got here is going to be Wonder Skin. Wait, so this is all about abilities. Oh, and it's a skin ability team. Hang on. I can't believe I didn't pick that up. So, Viper was Shed Skin. Parasect was Dry Skin. And that was Rough Skin. And this is Wonder Skin. Wonder Skin. Guys, I got some Wonder Skin here. This is beautiful. I'm rubbing and running. Anyway, let's get back to the battle. So we got a Venomoth there using Quiver Dance. What would Wonder Skin even be like having that in real life though? Like that'd be like some nice smooth skin. So this Venomoth set was a troll set, right? It had Quiver Dance and then that disabled. So it disabled my attacking move right before I was going to use it, which is very, very mean. So my Aqua Tail got disabled, and now it's going to have Roost on top of that. Now my only remaining move that I could actually do any damage outside of Aqua Tail to Venomoth was Giga Impact on my Floatzel. Now, often wouldn't really use this move because, you know, all of the other moves are better, but that did a lot of damage. But unfortunately, the Venomoth used Roost before and it healed itself up. Now it's going to pop a Bug Buzz, and that's going to be the end of Floatzel with a crit again. I don't know if that crit mattered, but if it did, that's like another crit that I got on my Floatzel again. So, thank you for the battle, Skyler. Let's get on to battle number 4. These poor Floatzel's, they're getting destroyed. Oh, this was an interesting battle. So the first Pokemon here is going to be against Electrode, and it's a shiny Electrode. It's like, man, this is kind of bad, right? So I got my Buizel as the first Pokemon, as usual. I like to lead with this thing. It was my rain setter, and I could usually, set this up. Sometimes I probably would have Protect on this too to, so just in case it was any, like, fake out users. Now, if turn 1, the Electro goes through Explosion, I'm like, what? So it's going to go boom, and that's going to put me on 1 health. So, okay, that's not all that bad there. At least I could, I wish I kind of went for the Rain Dance there. That would have been really, really good. I actually went for Mud Slap here. Yeah, I went for Mud Slap. So it didn't matter. I Mud Slap Thin Air. Next Pokemon I come in is going to be Machamp. It's like, okay, well, I can go for Hydro Pump here. That should do some okay damage. Or I could set the Rain Dance up and help out my other teammates. I was like, nah, let's just get some damage there. Now, Machamp's going to go for a Bulk Up, which is interesting. So it's going to get a +1 in attack and defense. Like, oh no, I really need to hit this thing with a special move. Now, Hydro Pump is going to land this turn, which is very, very good. And it lands, and it does pretty good damage. So it's about a 3-hit KO. I can go for the Rain Dance. And I was like, well, if I go for Rain Dance and Machamp goes for another Bulk Up, this will be pretty close, right? So Machamp gets a Quick Claw, and it's going to go for Bulk Up number 2. It's like, okay, this is my chancey right here. If I can get Machamp down with the next Hydro Pump and Quick Claw doesn't activate, I should be all right. I might be able to get a Buizel Sweep. I've been trying to low-key get a Buizel Sweep with this team. It's been very, very difficult, right? Well, especially with like a special one, It's not like nowhere near as good as a physical. So I've got the Rain flying now. I can go for, I was thinking about going for Ice Beam for a Freeze Axe. Like, what if I miss a Hydro Pump? I was really thinking about that. I was like, well, might be able to Freeze Axe. I might be able to get some extra damage. I decided to go for the Hydro Pump in Lander, which is very, very good. And that is actually going to be enough to take out the Machamp, which is amazing because the rain is up. Now, I know that it could have had no guard, but I wasn't 100% sure. You never know, right? That is 2 Pokemon down. Next Pokemon's going to be Celebi, and it's shiny. I don't know how they managed to get a Celebi into the game, but this is 100% a hacker exposed. So I'm going to be doing some more battles if I do see any more of these naughty Pokemon like Shiny Celebi, but this is definitely, you just can't get Shiny Celebi. And it used grassy terrain too, which is illegal. You can't use it. It's coming from like Sword and Shield, so it's a double hacker exposed on this Celebi. Now, we'll say one thing. I didn't notice this till I started editing the stream, the video stuff, and then I seen this Shiny Celebi. I'm like, wait, how did I get this into the game? Anyway, the Celebi got wrecked there. It tried to set up the grassy terrain, and I critted it. So that's the end of Celebi. That's 3 Pokemon. I think we're going to get a mini Buizel sweep here. The last Pokemon, I think there's only one more Pokemon. It was Heat Round. I was like, this is good. This is quality. So this is going to be a Buizel sweep. I don't know if it counts as a sweep because I took out 4 Pokemon. I do like to take out 6 Pokemon and count it as a sweep, but here we go. We're going to go for Hydro Pump. It's going to land right on the Heat Train. The rain is up too, and Heat Train is going to get dropped in one shot, and that's a Buizel sweep, people. Hope you enjoyed all 4 battles. I'll catch you tomorrow for another one. Peace out, people. That shiny Celebi, though. What the heck?